Attack the enemy! Victory is ours!
Good morning, everybody. I'm going to pause here real quick just to give you guys some background as to this battle. So, as you can see by the title, this is what I consider to be the most ridiculous battle that I've ever fought in War Thunder so far. This is a battle from the 12th of January, 2018, and what happened at the start was I started my matchmaking, and then I had to let my puppy outside to use the bathroom because I knew it was an emergency and he really had to go because currently, at the time at least, of this battle, it was 6 degrees Fahrenheit outside, which is 258.7 Kelvin for those of you who don't use Fahrenheit or Google. So he only is asking to go outside right now when he really, really has to go. And he was jumping up and down at the back door and yipping, so I knew he had to go. So I had just started matchmaking, jumped up to run to the back door to let him out, and got back. And apparently I must have gotten a battle like immediately because I got back to my chair after I let him back in. And my AMX-13 DCA-40 was just sitting there, which of course was the last vehicle I had used in the previous battle. So I was kind of stuck with it. So that is how I ended up spawning in the AMX-13 DCA-40 at the start of this battle, and now we'll pick up with the rest of the battle. So I get back to my seat, and the DCA-40 is just sitting there, and I said, well, okay, whatever. Just gonna drive this one out, and as quickly as I can get killed out, we'll just get into another battle, and that's the way it'll go. So you can see how far the team is already out, and there's captures and fighting already happening, so obviously it had been about maybe 15 seconds or so, but enough for the team to get pretty far out into the battlefield. So as I had spawned at the southern point, I headed for the A point, and yeah, I mean, I at least have FPE on this, I guess. So as far as the AMX-13 DCA-40 goes, it's definitely an improvement over the CCKW. The rate of fire is greatly improved, and the mobility is a lot better. And while it doesn't have the world's best armor, it's at least got a mostly enclosed fighting compartment for the gunners and loader and stuff. So your guys survive at least some machine gunning. But get up to the A point, a little too late to capture it. See a guy getting shot down here at down to the south, and I'm going to try and charge him, the heavy up here, and just shoot him in the side. And then he gets taken out by the T-92. So I'm essentially just YOLO charging now to see what I can find and mark, and see if I can do anything useful for the team in a little pretty light SPAA here. And hilariously, it seems that I picked the right way to go because there's basically nobody down here. So I just end up taking a leisurely little tour through the enemy back area here in my SPAA. Nobody's around. Just taking a little Sunday drive. I mean, I'm just figuring, at any point, I'm figuring somebody is going to come up behind me or I'm going to drive up upon someone and just get erased. But no. Now we see a guy getting marked up here, and there's smoke being dropped, and you can see the turret of a Tiger 2H there behind the wall. And then a Tiger H1 appears, which I believe should be a heavy tank number 6, but I decided to just pull in behind him. I was going to shoot him in the back of the engine, and then I thought, let's see how far and how long I can follow this guy before he notices I'm behind him. And then he got destroyed, so I turned back to the Tiger 2H to start shooting at him and distract him. And while it looks like I killed him, I didn't. I did hit him, but I didn't even get an assist credit for him. So that was kind of funny. I was really hoping to just follow that first Tiger along behind him for a little while and just see how long it took him to notice that I was actually going to be behind him. So then I figure, well, I may as well cruise up towards the C point, see if I can scoot in there and recapture it. And I notice there is a Panther coming out of the exit right there, so I'm obviously not going to go charging straight into him. So I cut over to the left here to try and circle around behind him. Pop up, I'm going to take a couple shots at him to mark him for the team. And then I'm going to scoot the heck away from here. And what do I run into? This is where things really get ridiculous. Tiger H1 to the left. Tiger H1 to the left. Tiger H1 behind. Another Tiger H1 behind. 4 Tiger H1s, and I managed to sneak in here past them. And they're not shooting at me. They can't get their guns turned on me. It is ridiculous. So I figure I'm deader than a couple of doornails here, and then this is where I figure that's it, it's over. And one tiger gets knocked out. And a second tiger gets knocked out. Well, at least damaged badly. The third tiger backs away. The second tiger gets killed. There's one more tiger down there who's also been destroyed. So 3 out of the 4 tigers have been destroyed. And there's just the one left to mark. And I have survived with a shot from a Tiger 88 hitting me. And all it really did was do some moderate damage to me. And I got 2 assists from the guys that I was shooting. I mean, seriously, how ridiculous can this battle get? Right here, I'm thinking to myself, how am I still alive? So the enemy team is capturing B. I know there's still the other tiger left down there. So I've got 2 crew members left. They're both wounded. And I'm trying to roll in here and chase down the final tiger that was over at the B point. Still in just disbelief that I'm alive at all. There was a Panther G up here capping. He got knocked out. Our team starts taking the B point back. I put a shot in him just to be sure, and roll in here and meet the entire team to capture the B point. And we did. So we've got a couple more enemies being knocked out. Another tiger gets destroyed over here, which I think was probably the 4th tiger from that I ran into when I ran into all 4 of them up near the C point. And then I turned and headed back up to C to try and recap it. This AMX-13 DCA-40 was living a charmed life during this battle. So there's a Waffenträger somewhere that's shooting at people. It's probably up here in the factory because everything else has been cleared out, and there's somebody getting marked. Sure enough, it's going to be the Waffenträger just up here. I mean, sorry, Waffenträger. Just up here inside the building at the factory. He drives sideways to me. I get some really good hits and cripple him, knock him out. Just about to finish him off. And I get a kill assist for him, which, alright, fine. I mean, I had him handled, but I'm also an SPAA, so I guess it's not a guarantee that they could tell that I had the guy. So I wasn't too bad. I mean, after all, I'm in a SPAA that I never should have been in the first place. So I'll take another assist on the guy. And now I'm going to move into the capture point here and wedge this thing in as far and deep behind this cover of these big culvert pipes as I can to make sure nobody else comes along, because it's not going to take much to kill me at this point. So park it in as far as I can, turn around, watch for any enemies coming up from their spawn over here to the right. Here's somebody. It's an ARL-44, thankfully. And pick up my second capture of the battle. Now you can see somebody else getting marked up here. I'm trying to drive my way over to hit him with some marking rounds and just keep him marked and maybe pull off a cheap assist. And he gets knocked out before I can get there, driving through all the rubble and stuff, which is actually also okay. Our team is now recapturing the B point after it had been taken away from us, and I'm going to try to make my way back over to the B point, but as you can see by the capture progress, I'm not going to make it in time already. I could tell as I was driving up there. It was close, but having to get through this wall, and I clipped part of the wall, which probably didn't make a difference. I wasn't going to make it anyways, but we did recap it. We're now sitting here with all 3 capture points and just a couple enemies left. And I am still alive in this crazy little thing. I would not take this to be something that you can just go and do all the time. I was certainly very, very lucky in my little SPAA here, but still, luck makes for some funny videos sometimes. So I see that nobody's down near A. I'm going to drive over to the A point to try and at least act as a picket or a tripwire In case anybody from the enemy team comes and starts capturing it, I'll at least be there to see what it is, scout them maybe by shooting them. Obviously not scouting them with binoculars, but I can let the team know what's here. I can plink the guy a couple times and let him know, and so I'm just kind of patrolling back here around the back to try and find anybody who might be left. You can see a guy getting marked up at their spawn there, getting strafed. He's finally taken out our AMX-13 that was killing everyone. And right now I'm just sort of finishing my big, ridiculous loop that I did around the entire battle. And just laughing at how I'm even still alive whatsoever. Having taken a giant loop through the entire enemy team, and somebody starts taking the A point. So I try to do a little Tokyo Drift spin out here to head back for him, and the battle runs out with 2 zones capped, 3 assists, and somehow a survived AMX-13 DCA-40. I'm laughing the entire last couple minutes of this battle, like, how am I still alive? So there you are. There's the score results. 3,485 research with an AMX-13 DCA-40. In a 5.7 battle that was even ended up being higher. Hilarious. I mean, I took 5th place with it. There's the awards. The battle log is pretty hilarious. I drove around through 4 tigers. Through 6 tigers in a row and a panther at one point. There's all the research that I ended up with. Even made an extra 1,360 research towards my AMX-13 with the amount of finishing a tier there. And that'll do it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. We'll see you all next time, and I hope you all have a lucky, crazy battle like this sometime so you can get some laughs out of War Thunder. Thanks for stopping by and checking this one out. Have a great day, everyone.